the fourth normal form and fifth normal form. This was the primary intention towards taking up this topic. So before we dig deep towards fourth and fifth normal form, we should know the content regarding multiple valid dependencies, joint dependencies, fourth normal form and fifth normal form. That was the prime focus. And before we move towards multi-valid dependencies, first of all, we should understand what were few advantages the third normal form is going to have. So the most important advantage was it is providing lossless join. So lossless join, that is, no data is lost. No data is lost. That was the highlighted content in third normal form. And transitivity dependencies are going to be eliminated. And the same thing which was uh, the boycott normal form has the dependency preservation was failed in this case, and limited amount of redundancy was imposed. So these two were addressed in the boycott normal form. But when people come to say BCNF is better or third NF is better, even though there is redundancy, 3NF is better. Even though there is redundancy, third normal form is better. The advantages of this third normal form were to allow integrity checking. When we say it is integrity checking, then we call here as key constraints. What are key constraints? It can be not null, it can be unique, the primary key, foreign key, candidate key, and super key. Along with that, it does have domain constraints. It does have domain constraints. That is, it's fix up the range of a value, etc. So all these, they are going to enforce the functional dependencies. So functional dependency, we represent a relation with X to Y. If I'm going to call it as employee department name, it is purely dependent on employee department ID. Okay, so X is functionally dependent on Y. So at that case, we can say functional dependency, fully functional dependency, trivial dependencies, non-trivial dependencies, multi-valued dependencies, and joint dependencies. So these are the different types of functional dependencies what we have studied earlier. So fully functional, all non-key attributes, they would be depend on the key attribute. Trivial, we say it does has self loops. Non-trivial, no self loops. Multi-valid attributes, one attribute is dependent with another attribute is also dependent on the first one, but there is no relationship between the second and third one. Joint dependencies, it talks about the selection, projection with Cartesian product, etc. Now, in this case, let us talk about the example called as lossless join. So when we figure out this lossless join decomposition, the thing was no loss of data should happen. There was a decomposition of R, a relation R from X to Y, and it is satisfying the closure property, that is X intersection Y is X or X intersection Y is Y. So both is common, right? So whatever attribute we write, it is with the element X and Y. So now let us look at this relation. We have A, B and C with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 8 as these values. Now we are going to make some decomposition, set X and set Y. So now you can figure out 1, 2, 3. So we got 1, 2, 3. Then we are making 4, 5. So we get these values 5 to 6. We get the value 4, 5 and 6. 4, 5 and 6. So 4, 5 it is from X, 6 it is from Y. Then we take up the third item, 7, 2 and 8. So we get 7, 2 and 8. This is 7, 2 and 8. This is from X, 8 is from Y. Now we have the second part that we call here as duplicates. What are duplicates here? I get a relation from 1 to 2 and here it is showing 2 to 3, it is showing 2 to 8. So obviously I can write 1 to 3 or I can write 1 to 8, but 1 to 8 is going to be a duplicate value. Similarly, I have another relation 7, 2 and then it goes with 8, 7, 2 and it goes with 8. But when again I have a value called here as 7, 2 and 8, it is showing up the duplicate value. So we have like this, right? 7, 2, 3 here. So it is 7, 2 and 3. So 7, 2, 3. So now again the relation is going to be formed, which it is a duplicate. Data is existing, but there is a drawback, that is lossless data. Next comes the multivariate dependencies. If you want to enter into the fourth normal form, the foremost condition the fourth normal form should satisfy will be the multivariate dependency. The fourth normal form, it should satisfy the uh, multivariate dependencies. So when we say multivariate dependency, we take a table called as car, and you can see here, can say bike, bike model, bike when it was created, and what was the color of the bike. So model number was 2011. It was taken up in the year 2008 and its color is white. Similarly, model number 4006, it was invented in 2017 and the color was black. Okay, now let us check this. There is a relation between bike model and year. That is relation number 1. Second relation was bike model and color. Okay, these two are valid relations. because both of them, they are talking about the bike model. No relationship, no relationship between year and color. Okay. So what inference we will get? If I relate year and color, there is no meaning, right? 2008 black, 2013 white, 2013 black. So what is the relation there? There is no meaningful relation. But manufacturing year and color, manufacturing year and color, when they are going to be taken up, they will give the bike model. That means manufacturing year is fully functional dependent on bike model. Color is fully functional dependent on bike model. So when we integrate these two items, we can say bike model is multi-determinant. So how do I get a bike model? It is multi-dependent, determinant. Where it is determinant? It is with manufacturing year and it is with manufacturing color. It is purely multi-determined from the color and from the year. So that is the definition what we are going to give up here. Multi-valued dependencies occurs between two attributes in a table and they are independent to each other, but both dependent on the third attribute. There is manufacturing year independent, color is independent, manufacturing year is independent, color is independent. So manufacturing year is an independent value, color is an independent value, but both manufacturing year and color, they will determine the bike model. So this was the key takeaway before we are going to put up the multi-valid dependencies. Now, what is fourth normal form? So we had an introduction of BCNF and multi-value dependencies. Now let us come to the core part of fourth normal form. So before we dig deep into the definition, let us understand this table first. There is a student ID, course and hobbies. Course, it is called as academic, right? Hobbies, we call them as non-academic. See how clear the table is. Very good example to understand. Course, we call them as academic, right? Hobbies, we call them as non-academic. Is there any relationship between academic activity and non-academic activity? Definitely not, right? So is there anything to deal with computer science and dancing? Is there anything to deal with maths and singing, chemistry and dancing, biology and cricket, physics and hockey, right? Physics and hockey, can we relate? No. Biology and cricket, can we relate? No. Chemistry and dancing, can we relate? No. Maths and singing, can we relate? No. Computer science and dancing, can we relate? No. Hobbies are totally different. Courses are totally different. But what we can relate? A girl can study computer science and her hobby can be dancing. It is true. A girl, register number 21, studies course called as Max, but her hobby was singing. Is it okay? Yes, it is okay. So 21 register number, she can divide it into two parts. What is the first part? I can call it as academic. And the second part we can call it as non-academic. Non-academic. So when we say it is academic aspect, student ID and course, this can be treated as a table. And student ID followed by hobby, this can be treated as another table. Now there is no relationship between course and hobby. Now Course and hobby, these two are going to be totally two independent attributes. There is no relationship between course and hobby. So the primary focus of a fourth normal form was there should be no multi-valued dependency. That was the rule. When we work with the fourth normal form, there should not be any multi-valued dependency. So we talked with an example. So bike color is dependent on year. Bike color is dependent on color. There is no relationship between year and color, but both will be used to identify the bike model. Similarly, student ID and course, there is a good relationship. This girl is studying this course, this boy is studying this course. In this way, we can give. This girl's hobby is this boy's hobby is this. In this model also we can talk. So one attribute, another attribute, but both of them they are pointing out to a student, agreed. But there is no relationship between the second attribute and the third attribute. That is, we can say no multi-valued dependency. So in a table, if there is no multi-valued dependency, then we mean to say it is fourth normal form. And one more thing, it should be in boycott normal form. So if I want to say it is in fourth normal form, the primarily condition was it should meet up the boycott normal form. So if it should be in second normal form, it must be in first normal form. If it is in third normal form, it should be in second normal form. If it is in boycott normal form, it should be in third normal form. Now, if it is in fourth normal form, it should be in boycott normal form. See, it is totally a hierarchical relationship here, what we are going to mention it up. So after fourth normal form, now you can, after fourth normal form, this was the table what we are going to talk. Student number 21, she is having two courses and her hobbies are two. What we can do? We can divide student ID and course as one table, student ID and hobby as another table. We are not mixing academics with co-curricular. Physics and hockey, there is no relationship. Biology and cricket, there is no relationship. So why two unrelated attributes has to be mapped in a single table? So go for decomposition. Eliminate multi-valued, eliminate multi-valued attributes. Okay, we have done it. So in this way, we made student course table, then we made student hobbies table, and we can see that it is in boycott normal form and there is no multi-valid dependency. In this way, we partition the table. After multi-value dependencies and after uh, joint dependencies, we have the joint dependency. So in joint dependency, we mean to say that joint dependency, it is further generalized multi-valued dependencies. So when we come across joint dependency, the first and foremost condition was we have condition join, we have outer joins, and we have equijoin. These are the three types of joins. All these joins, if the data is not fitting, we are going to impose it with a value called as null. Why we are going to put the value as null? To support lossless decomposition. So at any case, the record should not be lost. If there is some missing values, you put the missing values with null. To implement that concept, we are going to work with the joint dependencies. So here we can see up a relation, it is with A, B, C, and there is another relation between C and D. So when we make a join operation, joint decomposition, JD stands for joint decomposition, then it says that you mix all the things together. If the item was not found, go with null. That is what the primary objective of joint dependency is going to focus on. Now, what is fifth normal form? So we talked about fourth normal form. It is eliminating the multi-valued attributes. Next comes the fifth normal form. So in fifth normal form, what was the condition? It must be in the fourth normal form. This is the thumb rule. Okay. If we are going to say I am working on fourth normal form, definitely it should be in the fifth normal. So if I am going to say if I am working on fifth normal form, definitely it should be in the fourth normal form. And joint decompose C should not be there. And joint decomposition should not be there. And when we make a joint dependency, there should not be any loss of data. See how many conditions this is fitting up. So first it is telling that it should be in the the fourth normal form, and there should not be any joint dependency, and the data should not be lost. So how is it implemented or how it is known? We call here as project and join normal form. So at this case, we will see that the tables are decomposed as small as possible, as low as possible, and the primary intention was to go with elimination of redundancy. The primary intention was to eliminate redundancy, insert anomaly, update anomaly, delete anomaly. So these three items should not be there. So for that we need to avoid redundancy. Okay, how is it formed? Now here is an example. There is a subject, there is a lecturer, and there is a semester. Now there is a case here. There is a faculty named John, and this person, he is going to teach computer science and he is going to teach maths, but he teaches it in semester 1. So a faculty named John, he is going to teach two subjects, mathematics and computer science, that too at the semester. But check this redundancy. Max it is going to be done with John, and Max it is going to be taken up with Akash, but John teaches the Max in semester 1 and Akash teaches it in semester 2. Very ambiguity is going to rise. That means Max subject is both in semester 1 and semester 2. This was the case. So to eliminate that, similarly, if I am going to have a new semester called as semester 3, if we are going to add one more semester called as semester 3, now semester 3 it is not really as of now available to any of a subject. So we are going to put those attributes with the null value. So null importance we have taken up from left outer join, right outer join, full outer join. So when we merge records from two data values, we mean to say if the record is found, then we put the left hand side with the data and right hand side we merge it with the null values. Similarly, when we use the data set which is right outer join, the things which are towards the right we made it as null values and left we gave the values. Full outer join, we have merged both left outer join and right outer join, and both the null values are going to be considered and lossless concept is preserved. Now the same thing is going to be taken up at this aspect also. So to make this table in the fifth normal form, we need to decompose the table as small as it can. We need to decompose the table as small as it can. So how we can go for decomposition? We can go for decomposition with subject is available, lecturer is available, semester is available. So instead of 2, that is to put this in uh, a second normal form or to move it in a third normal form, we need to decompose as small as it can. To decompose into smaller tables. So how we are going to decompose it into smaller tables? Now we can take the two fields, we establish a relationship between subject and lecturer. Yeah, so subject and lecturer, yes, there will be a relationship. Next one, subject and semester. Subject and semester. So in which semester, which subject will be there? That is also a rule is there, right? So in which semester, which subject is there? So again, we build up a table with semester and subject. And which subject is taught by which lecturer? Again, there is a table. Now what was pending was, now the pending was we will put up lecturer and semester. To which semester a lecturer is going to assign. So we can have free insertion at any point of time, free deletion at any point of time. If the deletes, if the records needs to be concatenated, then we will put the null values and thereby we will retrieve the data. We will put the null values and thereby we will retrieve the data. So in this way we are going to figure out the contents regarding table 2 and table 3. Now you can look into the commonalities. So I have A, B and C values. What is the possible combination we have taken? We have taken AB as one set, we have taken BC as another set, and we have taken AC as another set. So now we can see the scenario what we made as a statement in form of sets. So in joint decomposition, we made that a relation R1 with A, B, C and relation with R2 with CD. Now they can be joined with A, B, C, D, and alternatively it should be possessing lossless decomposition. That is where a joint decomposition is going to figure out. So the same concept what we are talking just now was implemented in the form of tables here. So we had a main root table, subject, lecturer and semester. So subject, assume it is field A, lecturer it is field B, semester it is field C. Now what we made it? We made a decomposition to smaller tables. Why we made decomposition? Because to eliminate joint decomposition, to eliminate joint dependency, we are going to put this in the first normal form, in the fifth normal form. So in the fifth normal form, we eliminate the joint dependencies. So this is all about the 5 normal forms what we talked. When we call it as first normal form, we say atomic. That is, every column should have a single value in column. That is the highlight of first normal form. Then comes the second normal form. In second normal form, what we say? In second normal form, we will tell that it should have a primary key and the non-key attributes, they should be purely dependent on the prime attribute. That means one primary can be there and remaining they should be purely dependent on the primary key. That is fully functional dependency. Comes the third normal form. We say here no transitivity dependency. That means A to B, B to C, C to A. This function should not be working. Then we say it is a third normal form. When we are going to work with the boycott normal form, lossless data and the drawbacks which were not eliminated in the third normal form, such as redundancy, etc., these are going to be figured out. So that is where the boycott normal form comes into picture. Then when we talk today again against the fourth normal form, it should be in boycott normal form. And second thing was no multi-valued attributes. So there should not be any multi-valued attributes. So attributes A, B, C is there. So B and C are independent and we can't figure out them in a same table. We can say AB has one table and AC has another table. And last comes the fifth normal form. So in this fifth normal form, we say no joint dependencies. Any type of joint dependency which leads to loss of data is not pertained, is not entertained in the five normal form. So this is how the overview of the five normal forms were taken up in the DBMS. So in DBMS altogether we have five normal forms. So all the five normal forms we worked out with every example to each and every normal form. All the slides are available. You can have a quick glance. And tomorrow we will take up two case studies where we will figure out the case study independently with each and every normal form with another examples. Okay. So we talked today about fourth normal form and we talked today about the fifth normal form. This is all for today.